Have you ever walked into your own home and felt a sudden wave of heaviness? You look around, and even if it's technically clean, something feels off. It feels weighty, lifeless. It's that sensation that the mess returns faster than you can handle, or that despite your best efforts, the environment drains you rather than recharging you. We often believe that the solution to this heaviness is a grueling day of scrubbing, harsh chemicals, and exhaustion. But today, we are going to explore a different path. A path paved by centuries of wisdom from a culture that views the home not just as a shelter, but as an extension of the soul. Over the next 30 minutes, we are going to learn how the Japanese managed to keep their homes so clean, organized and peaceful, even amidst the stress of modern city life. This is not about expensive products. It is not about hours of heavy labor. It is about intention. In Japan, there is a set of weekly habits, simple but deeply powerful practices that work as a purification ritual. When you understand the purpose behind each one, you realize that this is not just about cleaning. It is about a different way of living. We are going to walk through these habits together, from the ritual of the entrance to the silent cleaning of the monks. By the end of this video, you will know the secret habit that Japanese families perform every Sunday, one that almost nobody in the West knows about, that directly affects the sensation of gratitude in the home. So I invite you to settle in, put aside your distractions. Let's learn how to transform your house from a source of stress into a true refuge of peace. The entrance and the air. Let us begin where energy begins, the entrance. The Japanese call this the genkan. It is the most important point of the house. Why? Because the door is the transition point. It is the portal between the chaotic, noisy outside world and your inner sanctuary. Think of your front door. It is where vibrations, sensations, tiredness, and worries enter along with you. If this space is neglected, if the mat is dirty, the shoes are piled up, or the handle is dusty, that heavy energy spreads throughout the house like a virus. Every week, specifically on a Sunday or Monday to mark a restart, perform the entrance ritual. Sweep the dry leaves, dust the doorknob, but then go deeper. Wipe the door with warm water mixed with a little coarse salt or vinegar. In this tradition, salt is not just for cleaning dirt, it is for cleaning accumulated energy. Visualize that you are wiping away the stress of the week. Finish by placing a symbol of welcome, a small plant, a wind chime, or simply open, airy space. When you heal the entrance, you change how you enter your own life, with more presence and peace. Now, step inside. Do you feel how stagnant the air can get? In Japan, there is a belief in ki, the vital life force that must flow freely. A closed house traps this energy. Once a week we practice kanki, airing the house. But this isn't just opening a crack in the window. The habit is to open everything. Internal doors, windows, even cabinet drawers. Do this for 20 minutes. Visualize the old heavy air rushing out and new fresh flow entering. Doing this eliminates mold and odors, yes, but emotionally, it allows what is stuck to start flowing again. The house breathes, and when the house breathes, you breathe. The fabric and the flow. As the fresh air circulates, we turn our attention to what touches our skin. There is a profound concept in this philosophy. Fabrics are the skin of the house. Your pillowcases, your towels, your throw blankets, they are in direct contact with your daily emotions. They absorb the sweat of your nightmares and the tears of your stress. The Japanese believe that if these fabrics remain dirty or forgotten, they hold on to that stagnant energy. Imagine a kitchen towel used all week. It's damp. It smells of grease. It sends a silent message of abandonment to the kitchen. The weekly habit is simple but transformative. Change all the fabrics, swap the sheets, replace the towels, wash the cushion covers. If possible, let them dry in the sun. Allow the natural light to energetically clean them. When you put fresh sheets on the bed, you are creating a small renewal of energy. You are telling yourself, I deserve care, I deserve freshness. But we must not just clean, we must also release. Stagnation comes from holding on. One of the most powerful Japanese habits is the weekly letting go. We often keep broken objects or clothes we don't wear, blocking the flow of the new. Here is the practice. Once a week, choose just one sector: a sock drawer, a bookshelf. Spend 5 minutes finding one thing that no longer serves you. But here is the secret. Before you toss it, thank it. Say, thank you for serving me. This closes the cycle. It removes guilt and replaces it with gratitude. By freeing physical space, you free mental space. The invisible and the silent. Now we move to the deeper practices, the ones that change the vibration of the home. Most of us clean what guests see, but the Japanese know that true harmony dwells in the details, specifically the invisible details. Energy hides where no one looks, behind the refrigerator, the top of the door frame, the track of the window. When we neglect these hidden spots, it creates a subtle subconscious weight. The habit is to choose one invisible spot this week. Just one. Clean the switch plate. Wipe the baseboard behind the bed. Why do this? Because taking care of the invisible in your home is a metaphor for taking care of the invisible within yourself. It is a practice of deep self-awareness. And how should we do this cleaning? We do it in silence. This is the practice of Soji, derived from Buddhist temples, where monks clean daily as a spiritual routine. Once a week, perform a silent cleaning. No TV, no music, no podcasts, just you and the movement. Listen to the sound of the broom, feel the cloth slide, watch the dust move. When you clean in silence, time slows down. It becomes a moving meditation. You aren't just removing dust from the floor, you are removing excess noise from your soul. It transforms a chore into something sacred. The sensory reset. The cleaning is done. The air is fresh. The fabrics are new. The invisible corners are tended to. Now, we must seal the energy. In traditional Japanese homes, aroma is essential. It is believed that a house that smells naturally good transmits balance. Use natural incense or essential oils like lavender or rosemary. Light it with intention. Walk through the house, letting the smoke or mist fill the corners you just cleaned. This is a ritual to ward off negative energies and elevate vibration. It tells your brain, here is safe, here is my refuge. And finally, the tea moment. In the West, we rush. We finish cleaning and move to the next task. The Japanese invite us to a soul's interval. Prepare a tea, sit down, do nothing. Look at your space. This is not about the drink. It is about the pause. It is a reunion with silence. By sitting in your clean home, doing nothing, you learn that stopping is also part of the flow. This pause changes your relationship with time. The final secret Gratitude. We have arrived at the final habit, the one I mentioned at the start, the Sunday secret that almost no one does. It is the gratitude to the house. The house is not just bricks and mortar. It is the stage for your life story. It shelters your dreams, your rest, and your tears. At the end of your weekly cycle, stop. Close your eyes, touch the wall, or simply stand in the center of the room and say, "Thank you. Thank you for sheltering me. Thank you for protecting me." It may feel strange at first, but when you thank your house, the environment changes. It stops being a place of obligation and becomes a partner. You begin to notice more reasons to be thankful, and in return, the house seems to support you back. You don't need to do all of these at once. Start with one. Maybe this Sunday you just change the fabrics, or maybe you just clean the entrance. The secret is constancy, not perfection. Your house feels, your house responds, and it deserves this care. Which of these habits will you try this week? Is it the silent cleaning, the invisible details? Tell me in the comments below. May your home be your sanctuary. Thank you for watching.